What you're about to hear could be the most important podcast ever created. But probably not. Welcome. It's the Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Well, here we go with another edition of the podcast. And we always love questions.
Yeah, we do.
Whether they come through the podcast or just people stop us on the street.
That's right.
Yeah.
DM us. You have one, Brady, in your hand.
Yeah,
What-
sometimes they're good questions, sometimes they're not good, but we'll answer all of them.
Exactly. And we particularly love it when podcast questions reference other podcasts.
Yeah.
For example, Rachel, she references something that, Jenny, you talk about quite a bit, is you feel things in your butt.
Yeah, definitely.
So Rachel says that Sean Hayes has a podcast called Hypochondriactor, and he says he also feels pain in his front butt.
It's not, it's a front butt, back butt. It's a whole butt area thing. And what happens is when somebody is describing themselves as being in pain, or like that they were in an accident, or I see somebody in a cast and like say they accidentally like sort of like knock it even a little bit, like I will absolutely, like everything in me is squeezing right now because I know the feeling.
So is it a pain you get, or do you just tense up?
Both. It's
Okay.
not a pain. It doesn't hurt. It's just like, you know when you get the wind knocked out of you?
Yeah.
You know that feeling where you just can't really catch your breath? It happens really fast, and it's sort of like a lightning is what it feels
I've
like
never
in
felt
my
that
butt.
in my butt.
Yeah,
I
it's
get that in my
butt.
stomach. Like if I see
Yeah.
old people who are like not doing
I
great
got
or
it.
something.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I'll
get
get
it.
like an uneasy feeling in my stomach,
You know
but
when
never
you-
in my butt.
You go down a roller coaster really fast,
Yeah.
and or like a hill in a car, and you're like your stomach does that. Whoop!
Yeah.
It's that in my butt.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
I don't. I guess this
I'm
is
not
what
alone.
Sean Hayes, you know him from Will and Grace.
Yeah.
And Jenny both deal with
things in
They,
her butt.
they feel with their butt.
Yeah.
And okay, is it one cheek more than the other, or is
Why
it?
are
No,
we
it's
going
all
so-
center.
It's
It's
all
all center, and then
deep on
sometimes
this?
it goes up my back and on my head too.
Wow. Okay.
Do you, okay. We'll just,
Feeling. That feeling.
man.
The feeling.
I'm telling you, it's.
Gonna wanna isolate
If I go
that.
into a room full of people, like I'm telling you, I pick up on energy, and if it's like sad energy, I
Sure.
will also just cry when somebody tells a sad story, and it takes over. I can't
That's
help
not
it.
really okay. So you're saying you're unique because when someone tells a really sad story, you might cry.
No, I will cry.
Well,
it is guaranteed.
that's
It's because
literally
I'm
anybody who has
overwhelmed
a heart.
No, it's like I'm overwhelmed with emotion, and I
Right.
feel it
Yeah.
in my heart and my soul and in my
Okay.
stomach.
And
The
your
feeling,
butt.
the
And your
story
butt,
thing,
yeah.
and my butt.
You know
Mostly
what, guys?
my butt.
I'm sorry, this is on me. I should have went with Drew's question. What are your favorite memories from childhood?
Actually, mine involves my butt.
Oh.
But we don't have time.
No.
We've run out of time.
We gotta move on.
What? I don't even know what this last 2 or 3 minutes
We have
is all
spent
about.
far too much time on this show talking about Jenny's butt.
I'm relatable.
Well, I don't know if that's the word that people are thinking, but okay.
All right, let's see how relatable everything is here for the next little while on the Hot Tub Podcast.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
So about 2 or 3 weeks ago, Vaughn was heading out with his friends down east, and they left at about 5 in the morning. And
You should say this is your
the
son.
bad boys.
Yeah,
thing.
Absolutely.
This is good, yeah.
But he didn't do anything illegal.
Hey,
That's
don't
the-
spoil
We don't know
the story.
yet. Yeah.
So he was taking my wife's Durango, and Durango is like one of the cars that gets stolen a lot, I
Yeah.
guess. So they left at 5 in the morning. So my wife's just sitting in the kitchen. At about 7:30, 8 o'clock, she gets a knock on the door, and I'm here doing the show with you guys.
Yeah.
And she goes to look at the camera from the front door, and there's 2 police officers.
Oh my God. I just got goosebumps.
At the
even
front
thinking
door,
about
and 2 police cars in our driveway.
Yeah.
And so she opens the door, and the cop starts by saying, do you own a Dodge Durango?
Oh, that's scary.
And instantly my wife's eyes just start welling up because
Yeah.
she knows that Vaughn, my son, and a bunch of his friends
Oh, my
were
God.
in a Dodge Durango
Yes.
leaving 3
God.
hours
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
So scary.
Yeah, exactly. And he goes, "Oh no, I'm certainly." He could see Ruth
Yeah.
was visibly shaken.
Sure.
Yes.
And he goes, "Just so you know, it's a highly stolen car. We just saw a bunch of teenagers driving it on their way to Montreal,
Okay.
which is where they drive a lot of these
That's
stolen
just right.
vehicles."
Right.
Right, to the port.
Yeah.
And so he says he's fine. Everything's fine. We just want to know if you own it. And she goes, yes, it's my son. I gave permission.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
And so, so that was frightening. You guys saw me here because I
Yeah.
was
Oh,
getting
yeah.
the messages in real time.
Yeah.
And all I saw was my wife sending me photos of police officers in our
Oh, my
driveway.
God.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why they didn't pull him over. Because I got pulled over on the way into work once, and I didn't know what was going on, and they just said, "Is this your vehicle?" And I said, "Yes." They license registration. I showed them. They said, "Yes, this is one of the vehicles that is very often stolen.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure it was yours,
Right.
And that way, if it wasn't mine, they could stop it from happening.
Right.
Whereas with you, they go scare the hell out of her, and then at this point, the car's continuing to drive to Montreal.
They never pulled him over? They never pulled Vaughn
So
over?
they didn't pull him over. What happened was, they said, thanks for the info. My wife goes back to, she contacts me. She contacts Vaughn's mom, and then about 5 minutes later, the door knock happens again, and she goes to the door camera, and there's another police officer there.
God.
One of the two police officers.
Okay, yeah.
She opens the door, and he says, look, I'm really sorry about this, but can we get your son's name and number? We just want to let OPP know that it's not stolen.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And so we just want to make everybody alerted to that
Yeah.
fact. And we couldn't get a hold of Vaughn because he doesn't answer the phone while he's driving.
Which is awesome.
Good boy.
Yep.
Good
Yes.
boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now we're texting one of his friends in the car and everything
Oh my
else.
God.
Oh, man.
And Vaughn said, once we got a hold of him, he said they were following him for about a half hour.
Okay.
They were just following. He thought, I was in cruise control. I wasn't speeding,
Yeah.
but he was deathly afraid on his first road trip
Oh,
by himself.
yeah.
And a police officer
Right?
was following
No
him.
kidding.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That he had done
Oh,
something
that's
wrong.
wild.
So the police are watching at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
for these stolen vehicles
Oh,
all
absolutely.
over the
Yeah.
place.
This,
Yeah.
this is when it happens.
My
So.
friend just became a police officer a couple months ago, and on his first shift as a police officer, pulled someone over. It was a teenager with a stolen vehicle.
No
There you
way.
have it.
First shift.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh,
And
yeah.
doing the same thing, driving the car that way, that direction to ship it off to God knows where, and got busted.
I mean,
Isn't that
it
crazy?
would have been very funny just to say, no, we don't have a son.
Yeah.
Get him!
Or you could explain, hey, it's his first road trip. Scare him.
Because the car is under my wife's name and
Right. Different
that
last
address and different last names and
Yes.
different addresses.
Yeah.
Right.
His license is his mom's address,
Right.
so
Oh, yeah.
it just
Oh,
wouldn't
it
have
wouldn't
matched
have
up at
gone well.
all.
Oh yeah,
I'm
this would have been a
curious.
great joke.
Hilarious. Yeah. I'm curious to know why they didn't pull that vehicle over, though.
I feel like
there's gotta
instead
be a
what they did
reason.
is they really made things much more terrifying for the family.
Well, maybe they didn't have the reason to pull him over, enough reason.
They did. They pulled me over because
Yeah.
they thought, hey, this is the car that is often stolen. That's all they needed.
Well, in that moment, Ruth wasn't clear-headed enough to ask that
Yeah,
question.
sure.
well, no,
I
I
guess.
get it, yeah.
So I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah.
We have a direct link to the police officers.
Yes.
Maybe that's something down the road we should ask
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
as to
I'm
why
curious
that is.
why they wouldn't have.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Anyway, he got there
interesting.
safe and sound, but
Yeah.
it was
Good.
I mean, 3 hours in, we thought, oh,
Oh,
no,
God.
this is the end. And I honestly thought he rolled over and died.
No,
God.
a lot of
That's the
people
worst.
don't know this. He actually, the reason he went down east was to steal cars, right?
Yeah.
But just morbidly, I will tell you, like 3 or 4 days beforehand, my wife had dinner with a bunch of lady girlfriends. I think Ainsley was there, one of
Yeah.
our mutual friends.
Yeah.
And they were saying if a cop or something bad happens to your kid or something
Yeah.
like that, a police officer will come to the
Yeah,
door.
yeah.
Like
Oh, I
that-
know.
That's what
Well,
happened.
That's
Right.
what your
So when
mind
you
goes
see that,
immediately.
this
Is who's
is what I
dead.
mean.
But
It
this is a
seems like
conversation just days
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
And then
That's
there's
crazy.
two cops that are
No.
there.
Oh, I would have
Yeah.
absolutely lost it.
This does not seem like the good way to handle this.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's obviously a reason we're not thinking
Sure.
of, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's
They need
wild
like a
for
Bristol
her.
board that says everything's okay, and they like hold it up as they ring your doorbell.
Yeah.
Like a Love
Yeah.
Actually thing.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And a boombox with like calming music, like yoga sounds.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
All right, like a Band-Aid, let's just rip it off.
Yeah, let's go, everybody.
Now it's time to play Brady's on the Morning Hot Tub with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Welcome, everybody, to the best part of the week. It's Brady's Game of Joy, where every week I make up the rules, and the morning hot tub has to do whatever I say.
Yeah.
Thank you for that wonderful impression, guys.
That was it. That's what you needed to do.
Yeah.
And,
The impression, exactly. Guys, it's, of course, almost back to school time. I hate to say it, but it is, right? Summer winding down. And look, we all have gone through the school system. We also get to speak at schools sometimes and offer advice. And so I thought that's what we would do, is offer some advice today to kids going back to school. So I'm going to give you a very specific circumstance that kids might find themselves in at some point during the school year. And then the floor is yours to inspire and to help them get through that specific situation. I want it to be thought-provoking. I want it to be beautiful. But of course, because this is a game of joy, you're going to have to work in some words that I have emailed your way. Okay? All right, Mahler, your topic, your situation is some of the older kids at school offer to sell you drugs. What do you do? Mahler, inspire the youth.
Hey, kids. It's me, Mahler, from the Morning Hot Tub with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady. You ever listen to the show? Oh, many of you do. Yes. Thank you for listening. Appreciate that. You know that guy on the show, Brady Jones? A lot of drugs there. Every day, a different drug. Can't believe it. Sometimes it works, sometimes at home. We don't know what he's taking, what he's on, when he's on it. But, as the professionals that Rush, Jenny, and I are, we make the show happen, and it happens well. Little razzle-dazzle from us, and it covers up for the very messy, trippy Brady Jones. One time Brady was sitting there on the show while we were playing Crush Rush, and he was talking about the peninsula in Southeast Asia that he was in. And I was like, what does that have to do with Crush Rush, Brady? And he goes, I don't know, man. I'm going to the roof. And I'm like, okay. And then I turned off his microphone.
Yeah.
But let me wrap it up by saying this. If you want to be a Mahler, Rush, or Jenny, you will be successful in life. You will own the world. But if you want to be like Brady Jones, maybe like he's, a Ben Stiller in a glass case of emotion, and that's the way to go too. But I would go successful and be like myself, Rush, and Jenny. Take care, kids.
Wow.
Godspeed.
Okay.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
That's good. I think the kids are
very good.
very happy with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's good.
Well, they liked it. Yeah,
No,
they
they
did.
did.
And
They
they're
loved
off
it.
drugs.
Yeah.
Well done.
Drugs. That's perfect. Okay, Rush. Here's your situation. I'm just going to email it to you right now. And of course, your keywords that you got to mix in there. Your situation is you walk into a cafeteria and you have no one to sit with. Well, that's a tough situation. What do you do?
I wonder who you can go after in the speech.
We all know what it's like to be a kid. Social situations can be tough to deal with, just to say the least. Like, for example, lunchtime. If you walk into the cafeteria and you think, hey, I'm going to sit with the most popular crew. They're going to love me. They're going to talk to me. They're going to ask about my day. But it's like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Twist! Nobody wants to sit with you. We've all been there. All you want to do is relax after a tough morning and eat a sandwich and a snickerdoodle. But you can't. Because when you talk to people, they look at you like you've got dog breath on a warm summer's day. My advice is just eat at home.
Oh, wow. That's it.
That's not good for a 4-year-old, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Did I get them all in?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Kids are clapping for you.
They like
Kids
it.
are clapping. That was okay. All
There's
right.
no-
Okay,
they didn't
Jenny.
yang me.
Oh, God.
Now, here's a situation that you know quite intimately. In fact, it's happened multiple times to you.
God.
Jenny, what do you do if a bird defecates on you while you're at school? Yeah, help these kids out. I've sent you your keywords that you gotta work in.
Hello, kids. Thanks so much for having me here today. Growing up, there's a few times that a bird snizzled on me.
Excuse me, what sizzle me?
It means a bird pooped on me. Thank you, little one.
You're welcome.
And it sucked in that moment. And I recall being so embarrassed that I licked my gym locker
Okay.
to try to take away from the bird pooping on me.
Why'd you do that?
I don't understand how that would help.
You're doubling down.
What am I getting heckled and I didn't heckle you guys?
We're not heckling you. We're 4.
We don't understand why you'd lick a locker because a bird pooped on you.
All I'm saying is,
Why
in
aren't
that
you-
moment,
Why are you ignoring us? My hand's up.
I'm feeling a little distracted. I'm gonna.
Did a
ask,
bird poop on you again?
No, but when it did, it felt like the end of the world. Like everybody was judging me and was going to talk about it forever. And maybe they did. And you know what? That's okay. Because I learned to laugh at myself. And if you can laugh at yourself, you'll one day be able to look over.
Are you high like Mr. Jones?
Oh, look at those quads.
I'm
4-year-old, aren't you?
Are you complimenting a 4-year-old's quads?
I am uncomfortable.
Wow.
Biggest piece of advice, learn to laugh at yourself and life will be much easier.
Why are you looking at his quads? I didn't like
Yeah,
that.
no.
That was so weird.
Who is this lady?
Mahler wins.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, fair enough.
I love watching you guys circle around, try to get to a point. Look at those quads, Jenny. You just wedged that in there.
I did while he was interrupting, so then I was, oh, look at those quads.
Thanks, my mom got these new shorts for me.
I'm uncomfortable.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady. Find the gang on their socials. Follow at Mahler, at One True Rush, at Hot Flash Jenny, and at Brady Jones Radio.
Mahler's really, really fun facts. So fun. Whoa. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Before I get into the fun fact I want to share with you, it's another side fun fact.
Ooh, I like those.
Rush might have the best chance. This quickly, I as I was researching this morning, Rush, what do you think? And gang, jump in.
Okay.
Are the top 3 songs most often played in America?
Oh.
Any ideas?
Specifically in
Born
America?
in the USA.
Yeah, specifically in America.
Are they like American themed?
I can't tell you anything other than what are the top 3 songs in anything.
Well, the national
Okay,
anthem
yeah, I
is
was
a
gonna
big
say,
one. Yeah.
God
Yeah.
bless America.
So you're that's not the national anthem, but
No, I know,
okay.
but also.
also
Yeah,
that.
also,
Okay,
yeah.
Star Spangled Banner. You
Yeah.
guys are right.
Okay,
Yes.
that one's there.
There's another one
God-
really obvious, like really, really obvious.
Born in the USA.
No.
No, okay, not that one.
No,
That's actually not the national anthem. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, no.
it's not. No.
What else would it be?
There's got to be a religious one.
There's one that's really that we do every day here in Canada as well. A song.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
that's two.
yes.
Number 2, and then I throw over to Rush because he would have the best shot at getting the third one.
Kiss me through the phone, Soldier Boy.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
yeah,
all right, that's what I was thinking. It had to be.
That
It had to
is,
be.
that is a big one.
Yeah.
Now the third one is Take Me
Get
Out to the Ball Game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of course.
interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's fun.
That is fun.
Okay, that's fun.
Take that away with you.
Yeah.
All right, here's another one. And my little friend Rush, maybe you know the answer
Probably
already.
do.
Well, you didn't know the answer. But okay.
Yeah.
A typical banana. We all love the banana
Sure, yeah.
here
What's
on
better
the
than
show.
one banana?
2 bananas.
Yeah.
True.
True banana 4. Typical banana travels how far before being eaten? Okay, in
Ooh.
kilometers. I'm looking for the answer in kilometers.
Okay.
So are we talking from time it's picked? Or like
So the
I
time
bought
it's
it?
in your fruit bowl, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this is on average, obviously.
Yes,
Yeah.
obviously. On average. And Russia, I would hope that you've researched your banana
Sure.
as much as possible.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, it depends. I mean, if
what?
it's a Dole.
It's a Dole, the brand name
Yeah.
Dole?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
It all depends.
Picture the banana, if you will,
Yeah.
traveling from the tree to your table.
Okay.
Again, yeah, this varies by
Am I the only one that, once again, on the show that eats a banana with the peel still on it as I'm
No,
eating it?
that's how I eat it.
Okay.
Always.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
He doesn't mean he eats the peel. He
No.
eats it like it's a
Oh.
cartoon.
Like
Oh.
you peel it, you
Yeah.
unveil it a little bit at a time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a modest banana. You don't just go. You just
Naked
It doesn't
it.
get naked right
No.
away. How do you eat
Exactly.
the Rush?
Rush eats them naked.
Yeah.
So
he
you
peels
touch
the, whole
the
thing.
inside of the banana with your fingers?
The banana never needs to be touched on the
No.
inside.
I'd probably
ever.
use some peel. Most bananas I have are in a smoothie, so I don't usually.
Oh, no. Mahler, you do it the normal way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Okay.
have to
Yeah.
touch the
Well, no,
banana.
last time we did this, a ton of people texted and saying they break it off.
A lot
piece
of people
by
break it
piece.
off. Yes, they
But
do.
why would you do
But
that?
a lot of people break
Exactly.
it off, but still hold the peel.
But that's the thing. The peel is the holder.
It is the
you
holder.
don't need to
That's
break
exactly
it off.
Nature
No.
has given us the perfect fruit.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we should all say on the count of three, thank you, nature. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, nature.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that we did that.
Yeah, pretty sure we genetically modified it ourselves,
I'm
but
sure we
thank you. You gave us the tools.
All right, does everybody have a guess as to how far our little lovely little banana travels?
I'll
Yeah.
give an answer. I'm not happy with it.
Oh, why?
Well,
I want you to be happy.
there's too many variables.
Do you want a few more seconds
No,
to
I
get
have
happy?
an answer.
Come on,
He
get
probably
happy.
circled me.
I have not underlined it, so there we go.
You're in mid-sentence of something else.
You got it out, so that's
All
good.
right, Rush, how many kilometers?
I said 2,700.
Okay.
I've locked that in.
Jenny?
I said 6,000.
6,000. Okay.
6,000 kms for Jenny. And what do you say, Brady Jones?
Somewhere in the middle, I said 5,108.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, there are some bananas that, obviously don't travel very far.
Right.
Sure, but then there's some that are going to,
Some travel very far.
very, very, very
Exactly.
far.
But they may start in the closer areas,
I
too.
don't, but does China have banana farms?
Maybe.
But if they do,
know.
we
If they
don't get
do,
them here.
yeah, we
Sure.
would. So those ones don't travel here. The
Right.
ones in, Central America,
But that's
South
what I
America
mean. Is
come
there's a
here.
lot
So
of people that live in like India and China. Where do they get their bananas from?
This is right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't go that deep.
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean, I wish you had.
I just Googled fun facts and put my name in front of it.
I guess this really would have been a less fun question if we were trying to figure out from the time we leave the house to when we eat the banana, because originally that's
Is that
what
what
I
you
was
thought?
thinking.
Like, how far
Like,
do people
I don't know,
go
like-
to
Live
their
for the
grocery store?
No, but like you bring your banana home and then say you take it to work. How long does it travel before it gets eaten? I said, this is a stupid question. And then you broke it down.
How would you?
I would love to spend an hour in your brain.
Yeah.
Just to
Then
see
you
the
thought,
world through
this
your
would be
eyes.
what the question is.
After, all these years together, you didn't have to disclose that that's what you were thinking.
Again, be in my brain. Sometimes there's no filter.
Okay, I know. All right, Jenny said the top number here is 6,000. Brady just underneath that, 5,108 kilometers.
Yep.
And Rush at the very bottom, 2,700 kilometers.
Okay, I'm all right with my buffer.
Yeah, you got a decent window there.
A typical banana travels how far to be eaten? $644. Jenny
Oh!
takes it. 644 kilometers.
Only 644.
Oh, sorry. You said 6,000.
Yeah,
that's
that's a
6,000,
triple
yeah.
I,
over.
I heard the 6. No.
Oh.
Triple over.
You all went over.
Wow, way over.
That's
Yeah,
it?
Not
Oh.
even close.
That's a
I guess
less
it's the
exciting fun
average
fact.
thing. Think about how many bananas are grown in maybe California that
But-
don't have to travel at
or
all.
in South America, exactly.
Yeah.
They're just eating right there.
I wasn't thinking.
I was happy. I saw the 6, Jenny. I'm sorry.
I know, it's okay.
I built you up.
I didn't get myself too excited because you repeated 600, so I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
bananas in India, China, and Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Of course
Okay.
there are.
They don't-
They're warm
Bananas
climates.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Of
there
course,
are.
yeah.
Those-
Yeah.
Is there a
Hey.
banana in here right now?
Oh,
I wish.
no, I have one at home.
I mean, I was the closest.
No, it doesn't,
No.
that's not how it works. Also,
I
we didn't
was
lock
the
in.
closest.
We never locked in.
We locked in all of them.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of
Oh,
course we
I
did.
didn't hear the effect.
We never not lock in.
I was
of
looking for
course.
an excuse. It wouldn't have counted
We
if we
all
didn't lock
locked
in.
in.
We all
So
locked in.
y'all over bed,
Yeah.
and that's how far your banana on your kitchen table right now traveled. And that's a Mahler fun fact.
Mahler's really, really fun facts. So fun.
No fun.
Whoa. Yeah.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
All right, guys, pens and papers handy, please.
All right, here we go.
You can jot down what you think. We're going to play What the Heck's That?
Oh, I like
fun.
that.
Neat.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Very fun.
All right, so I'm going to play you guys a sound, and you have to decipher what this could be. It is only one thing, and I usually give the point to the person who gets closest. And usually you guys are so way off, but I still have to
Yeah.
award that
You gotta
one
figure
point.
something out.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so here is your sound. What the heck's this?
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, I need that one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
Again.
Okay.
Okay. I have a guess.
I have
you
a guess
do?
as well. Yeah.
Oh, Brady's
Yeah.
still
I kind
thinking.
of have a guess, but it's not it. Okay, can we hear it one more time? Is that
Yeah.
possible?
Sure.
One final
And
time.
Brady, it's not as dirty as you think it
Okay.
is, okay? It does sound pretty
It
gross.
does.
It does.
It does. It really does.
Uh-huh.
The countdown, the pressure.
All right, has everybody written down their answers? Because
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
anybody stealing.
Yeah.
Okay. Rush, what the heck's that?
I thought it was two people very, very close to each other, very quickly, as fast as they can, hitting a ping pong ball back and forth to each other. Yeah.
All right.
Why
They're
would
trying to do as many rallies as they can.
Like a
within
world record?
Yeah, in a short
Okay.
period of time. And that
but-
was the whistles starting them and then ending.
Yeah, but I mean, it sounded like they were doing something grueling because he was grunting at the end. Like it was
It's hard to
something-
do when
Right.
you're doing it this fast.
Yeah, but I feel like you would be more concentrated.
I've
not
been
like,
watching a lot of pickleball videos
Yeah.
on TikTok,
Yeah.
and they grunt a
They do
lot.
grunt a lot, eh? Okay,
Yeah.
then maybe it was something
But
like
I don't
that.
want to lead anybody
Okay,
down
all
that
right.
path.
Okay.
So, Russ, you're saying it has to do with
I
ping
said
pong.
ping pong, yeah. Mhm.
Okay, I think it's a skipping competition where they're trying to get as many skips in as they can
'Kay.
in the time.
Well,
Not
that's
bad.
not a bad
Yeah.
guess.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. I don't hear a lot of jumping, but you never know.
Hang
Yeah.
on now, Rush. You're obviously ping pong involving two people. Jenny, is your skip rope just one person, or is it multiple people?
Oh, good question. I think it's a competition, so I think multiple people are going for the record. But I think we're
at
only
the same
hearing.
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't even think at the same time. I think that was one person.
The first time I
Gotcha.
heard it, I thought it was two guys slapping each other.
That's what I thought, but it was too slow for that.
It was too slow for that. That's right. And that's
why
what I
the
went with.
skipping
it.
could be pretty good because it's like there's a skipping rope slapping on the floor. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Huh.
Brady?
Okay, what is that game called when kids play it? Especially it tends to be girls where you like you do this thing where you do like the hand clapping
Stella,
thing.
Ola,
Exactly,
clap,
something
clap,
like that.
clap.
I
Patty
think
cake
it's like a patty cake sort of thing, but
Yeah.
two people doing it and trying to set a record
I don't
of
know
some
what
sort.
that's called. Actually, great
like
question.
hand games or
Yeah.
something. I don't
yeah.
know.
Okay. So you all three of you think it's a sport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because there was
Isn't
a
that
countdown.
interesting?
there's
Yeah,
a
the
whistle.
countdown and the whistle. Yeah.
Okay, want to hear it one more time then?
Yeah, sure.
'Cause-
Yeah.
I think I have a chance here.
You have a chance.
I think so.
I think we all have a chance.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
All right, so ping pong for Rush,
Yep.
skipping rope for Jenny, and patty cake for Brady.
And you have to
Yeah.
pick the closest, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you
Okay, so it's gonna be difficult. Okay.
so the winner today, I guess I'm gonna have to give it to Brady Jones.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
all right.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Well deserved, I'm sure.
Congratulations. What you just heard, and Rush, you were right, is a record-breaking attempt.
Yeah.
Very good. It was one guy, it was a martial arts guy, breaking a world record by smashing 273 walnuts with his forehead.
Oh my god.
Ah, of course.
Oh, no wonder the grunting.
So yeah, let's
That
hear
makes
that
sense.
again now.
Okay.
Oh my god. Are they all lined up and he's moving?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No. That'd be so hard. He's moving fast.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's moving.
By the way, everybody hear Jay's hot take? That'd be so hard.
Yeah. That's right.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And that was the first time he ever attempted it, Jenny. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, sure. I'll do that.
Someone did like 14 and he's like, wait, I think I can do this.
273. Now,
That's
obviously, the
crazy.
clip was altered a little bit, but
Right.
there you go. Brady, I have to give it to you.
Thank you.
Because there was a slap involved.
Sure,
And
yeah.
that's the only reason
This
why.
is ridiculous. I'm watching the video and
I need to see.
wow.
Okay. Hang on.
Do you have it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's flying through those.
That's
The-
unbelievable.
The nuts are going everywhere.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Flying all over
That's
the place.
crazy, but he's so particular. Like, he's so, like, his timing is amazing.
Mhm. You can tell he's been
He's
practicing.
barely missing any.
Yeah.
Any what?
honey nuts. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is great.
so
You're
Wow.
proud,
Good for him.
You're proud of
Oh,
him.
I'm very proud of him. That would hurt your head so much.
It would.
Oh my God. Like how he knows. Ah, hang on. Like it's amazing. No.
I mean, you're in the danger zone here.
I know. It's okay. I'm just gonna say it. It's amazing to know that he knows how hard he has to do it. Is he bleeding?
Maybe.
Like that's gotta hurt your head
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. Like
I'm not isolating this. It just makes
No.
me uncomfortable.
I think so, yeah.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
a year ago this week, you guys might remember this. A guy at a Yankees game went viral after poking a hole through a hot dog and using it as a straw to drink his
yes.
beer.
Oh,
do you remember
Yeah,
that?
I do
Yeah.
remember
Yes,
that.
and people were divided. Is it brilliant or is it just gross? Meanwhile, the folks at Oscar Mayer were taking notes and are now making actual hot dog straws in tribute.
Sure.
Wow.
They're
okay.
giving away an unlimited or a limited number each day between now and September 5th. You have to fill out a form online. It says they're out. If it says they're out, you have to try again the next day.
Okay.
I'll
To be
pass on
clear, it's not a real hot dog, guys. Not like the one in the video. It's made of a soft silicone and just looks like a hot dog.
Okay.
Ah,
So you can gross people out without actually being
So it's
gross.
just a straw.
Yes.
Really fat straw.
Exactly. A big sort of like soft straw. It's wobbly, you know.
Please stop doing that hand gesture.
It's hitting too close to home,
is,
Jenny.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
I
It's a
don't want to
little
see
early
that.
for that, Jenny.
Yeah. What a! I can't even believe this made
Yep.
news anywhere.
I know. Well, it's
It's
big.
so-
They're selling out.
It's not
People
big.
want to get their hands on the dog straw,
Guys,
you know?
it's just a chunky straw. That's all it is.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks okay.
Okay.
It looks like what you think.
Yeah.
Would it gross you out if you saw somebody? Yeah, it would gross me out.
I feel
don't
like
I-
they're just too late.
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
on that.
This happened
Yeah.
over a year ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. The story's old.
Yeah.
And why don't people carry their own straws around? You know,
Some
like
It's a
people
pain.
do.
Some people do.
Yeah.
But I
like
mean,
the
like
metallic straw.
Yeah,
Is that
right.
what?
Yeah.
some people do. But I
Do
mean,
they though? Do,
if you saw, like, if we're out and you know you saw me pull out a straw, you
like-
think I was an
Oh my
idiot.
God.
Like we were out last night.
Yeah.
We had a nice little boat cruise.
Yeah.
The four of us.
Right.
If I pulled out a straw, you guys would have been like, "Oh, that's Mahler." Like you wouldn't.
I don't know.
What
I
are you
think
doing?
we would have
Really?
talked.
I think I probably would
Yeah.
have said, really?
I think
Yeah.
we would have teased you.
We would have
And
said since
rightfully
when
so.
Yes.
do you
You brought
start
your own
bringing your own straw?
Yeah.
We would have said like when did this start?
Yeah.
Why?
That conversation would have lasted about 32
Sure,
seconds.
that's all it
sure.
takes. Yeah, we would have said, yeah.
I
that-
feel like it would have been longer.
No.
You don't think so? We
No,
would have
I
had
would have
questions.
said, really? You had your own
Yeah,
straw? And he
actually-
would have said, yeah, I've got my own. I'm like, all
Yeah,
right.
If I said,
we
"Oh,
thought it was good," there's not
I
much more to
hate
say.
paper straws,"
Yeah.
and that's not the end of the cool. Like,
Yeah, there's not much more to say. I agree.
Yeah, but
There's
when,
not.
like, there are though. Like when did this begin? What
Yeah.
inspired
Yeah.
this?
Oh
What
my
was like
God.
what was the straw that broke the camel's back?
Oh, that's good.
That's what he
That
wanted
is
to do.
good. Yes,
particularly
well
if I
done.
had a camel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
And you do carry around a camel, so it works.
Yeah, no, I think I think it's fine. I don't know. Like a lot
Sure.
of people carry their stuff around all the time.
Sure.
I have my backpack I carry here with my with me. If I brought
Yeah.
out a straw, you guys wouldn't be freaked out.
And I'd say,
No.
is that the last straw?
Oh,
All right, good night,
wow.
everybody.
These puns really suck.
That's not bad. I mean, it was okay.
I don't want to
Love
go down
one.
the pun route with this. I want to have an
never get
actual
any.
conversation, but
That wasn't
straw.
bad.
I never get any puns.
But I agree. It would have been a short conversation.
Well, it's different.
But
if,
we
if
would
you
have
have
had
a,
it.
If you have a big bag, okay, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
if it's like in
your
your
pocket?
pocket, that's a weird thing. Or
What
if you
if
have like
you,
like a straw holster.
Yeah, or if you have a little, you know, like when people that carry their own pool cue, they have that. You could just have a really small straw holder.
like almost in a violin case.
Yeah,
it's
just
just a
that up and
straw.
like,
I
Sorry.
feel like you'd pull it out. It's one of those that has to be screwed together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
Comes
it'd be
in two
such like a
parts.
big display.
and overly long.
He's gonna have a
Keep
beverage
screwing
now.
and screwing.
I'm gonna get one. I've been thinking about it. Yeah, I like a good
They
straw.
exist, and
Yeah,
they
I know.
do come in compact form that you
I
can stick it in
know.
your pocket if
It's
you
almost
want
like
it.
a pointer. You go.
Yes.
There you
Oh,
go.
And
Yeah.
you shoot out. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Now I want one.
Of course you do. Because you heard
Jenny,
somebody
no.
else has something. Yes.
We can all get one. We'll personalize
Yeah.
them with our names.
Yeah.
What do you
Okay,
guys
yeah,
say?
sure.
I love that.
I don't really. No.
You don't want your name on it?
Don't really need a straw.
Oh, looking at a straw pouch on Amazon for $8.
Oh,
Just a little-
$8?
Yeah, a little pouch for you to keep your straw.
I need to look
That
up
is
the
not
straw
bad.
pouch.
Yeah, it's a good
great
deal.
price.
Does that
Yeah.
include the straw?
Oh, no.
Jenny, that's ridiculous.
No, it's a BYOS.
sorry, you just get the pouch?
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
a pouch.
Do they sell
Oh my
straws?
God.
I'm sure they do. I'm
Yeah.
sure we can get like a straw.
Are you going to get a little straw brush to clean it?
Oh, that's a good idea.
I
do
have
need-
one.
Oh, you have a straw brush.
Yeah.
Good.
When I searched this straw pouch Amazon, I
Yeah.
came up with pouches like purses made of straw.
How
Right.
disappointed
I'm
would I be
looking
to get that?
Or maybe your straw pouch will be made of straw.
Could be.
Why would anybody want a straw purse?
I don't know.
Where's that look?
I
a
like the
good
hard
one?
case better.
I guess if you
huge.
want to put it in your purse, but you don't want it to like be on
Yeah.
the bottom of your purse
Or you
or
didn't
touching
want it
everything
touching
else.
everything.
No,
Yeah,
but Jenny's
exactly.
saying they
No.
sell
Like, look at
purses that
this,
look
Brady.
like
Oh,
straw.
I see what you
Yeah. They're made
Oh.
out of straw.
Made out of
Well,
straw.
yeah, but this
Braided.
goes back to like the old, remember the old station wagons that had wood paneling on them?
Yeah.
Did you really want to fool anybody into thinking you bought a wood car? Why would you do that?
This is a straw purse.
Right? Why
Exactly.
would you want this? I don't know, but people do it.
It's
No
a
one wants a
fashion
wood
thing.
car either.
It's a fashion thing.
I think so.
What situation are you walking
Somewhere
around with a straw?
tropical.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
yes, I know.
All right.
Not the dead of winter.
Siberia.
I just feel like too many things are going to fall through
Yeah.
your little straw purse over there.
I don't know. I could match a hat with it, have a straw hat and a straw purse.
I doubt it's entirely made of straw.
It's
I feel
entirely
like
made of straw.
I feel
Yeah,
like
no,
it
yeah.
probably has an inner pouch that's maybe some sort of material covered in
Oh,
straw.
maybe.
This way things don't fall out of it.
I
The
don't think
pictures
so.
don't
No,
show
it's,
the
it's
inside.
like tightly strewn together. You know what I mean?
It's woven.
Woven,
Yeah,
thank
like
you.
rattan.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you can actually get plastic straw purses as well. Where it's-
Plastic straw.
Yeah, where
That
it's just
can't be
made
good
out
for the
of
environment.
straws. Well, maybe they're reusing old
Does it-
straws.
here's a completely different topic. Does it ever freak you out the amount of different sections like Amazon has?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, how do they even keep up with all this inventory of just
Right.
weird stuff that most people don't even buy?
Exactly.
Like,
And
this has got to be in their
You're right.
warehouse right now.
Yes.
And no one's ordering this.
Yeah.
How I can get a straw purse by tomorrow at
That's
noon
true, yeah.
is insane to me.
It is, yeah.
Like there's a corner of the Amazon warehouse that is just straw purses
That's it.
and purses for
Yeah.
straws.
Yeah.
Like what?
But then who's making money off of this? That's the thing. How many people are ordering these?
Right.
That this company's making
But
money
yeah,
off.
Yeah.
what you said, Jenny, is mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
By noon tomorrow, it's on your front step.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's so weird.
It's insane.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. And like you said, who's searching like straw covers, right?
Yeah.
How many people need or want a straw
At least
cover?
you. You just did.
We just did, but,
Sure. But there's 440 reviews.
but that's crazy.
Yeah. And they love them.
But maybe we need to start a company where you can get your name put on your straw.
Oh, that's
You
not
know?
bad.
I don't
I'm
think-
sure it exists.
Yeah,
and I
it
don't
does.
know that you need to do that.
You
Why
can get
not?
like the squiggle straws with your
Well,
name
I
on
mean,
them.
I don't think you'll make any money.
Rush, Jenny are getting straws with their names on. Why don't you want one?
Just
I
do
don't.
it.
I don't think I want a straw.
Come on, man.
Not really a straw guy.
Think
can
about
all
you
use
have
your
your nice
own.
cold beer
Yeah.
and you just use your straw.
Yeah, wouldn't that be awful? No, I don't want to do that.
This says Rush.
No, I get what it would say. Yeah, that's not the issue here.
I feel like you want it, but you're committed to saying no.
Not
Yeah.
really. No, I don't.
I think you look fabulous.
I like. I don't mind my name being on a pen. That's kind of cool. That's
See,
straw-like.
Russ just talking a big game. As soon as we're done here, he's going to Amazon. He's got a custom
Straw
straw.
with a name on it.
You can have multiple.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Well, will celebrities do anything to stay youthful? I think some would say yes. Jennifer Aniston is just on a spread, I think, in GQ
Yeah.
or Vogue or
Oh,
something
yeah?
like that. And she talks a lot about everything. But she also admits that she's trying a special salmon sperm facial.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said that when her beautician recommended this, she said, quote, "Are you serious? How do you get salmon sperm?"
I was going to say, that's a terrible job. terrible, terrible job.
It's a terrible.
Wow.
First, you don't
Really?
have dinner.
There's some magazines in that room over there if you want to. She went for it, and she says she doesn't know if it's worked or not. And you know what? I'm sure there's a lot of different things in all these kinds of products, right?
Sure.
Sure,
facial
absolutely,
stuff. I just don't need to know what's in this stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what's the plus in knowing that that's
You know
going?
what you would want to know though, if all of a sudden she had this done and she looks radiant and 10
Yeah.
years younger, people are going to want to know
Yeah,
what's
but
in it.
if it's called. I don't know, Project X. That's the
Yes.
name of the. Who cares then?
Well,
What's
because then I'm gonna. Is it natural or
But
is
this
it
is-
not?
this
but
is
you,
the
but
thing.
you would just go out and buy Project
Yeah,
X.
you wouldn't
though.
know what's
Right.
in it, right?
But people want to know what's in the
putting on their
products they're
face.
using.
Yeah, but
you want to know, is it
we
a chemical
don't.
thing? Is
We
it,
don't know what's in the products we're using. This is just a marketing thing, right? That they're saying that, well, this is what it is.
Right.
It's like Buckley's. It tastes terrible, so you think it's going to work. Well, this is,
Yeah, but I think when it comes to, if your thing is we're making organic products and
sense.
stuff, then this is what they do. I mean, some companies aren't going to tell you, and some, their whole thing is that they're transparent and we're putting, salmon sperm in our stuff.
Oh, God.
But there might be salmon sperm in Buckley's. We don't know, and I don't want to know.
That's true. Yeah, there might be. I've never read the ingredients.
It does taste horrible.
Yeah.
And it
And it
works.
works.
Yeah. I just don't know who the first guy was who said, "Look at this little fish.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do something with that, and then put it on people's
It looks
faces."
so young.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe do salmon not age? Like, does an old salmon look like an old salmon?
I
yeah,
don't know.
Maybe
Would
that's
that
where
mean
it
that
began.
he's putting that on his face?
Well, I'm just saying, if you look at a salmon, okay?
Okay.
Hang on. I know once I get this out, it's not going to make sense, but if you look at a 1-year-old salmon
Yes,
and then you look at a 50-year-old salmon
sure.
and they barely age,
Right.
you're going to think that there's something in the salmon that maybe will keep you useful.
Yeah, but they're not giving themselves
Right.
Yes.
salmon
Well,
facials.
Right.
No. Well, not that we know of.
No, we're not.
Maybe
Also,
it's instinctual.
Rush, you watch a lot of nature shows.
Yeah.
Are salmon giving each other?
I'm going to say no.
Facial?
I'm going to say no, they're not. No, they're not.
No. Also, I bet you. How long does a salmon live?
Not
Brady?
50 years.
Not 50 years.
I bet you can have an old salmon.
Not 50 years. 2 to
don't
7
know.
years.
Yeah.
Okay, so a 7-year-old salmon.
Yeah, they don't live 50 years.
1-year-old salmon. Well, how long is the oldest fish?
What?
How long is the
How long
oldest
is
fish?
the oldest fish?
Okay,
How
how
old
long can a
is
fish-
the longest salmon?
no.
How-
How old is the oldest salmon?
No,
fish?
fish. He just wants to know about other
How,
fish.
this is a broken sentence.
Yeah.
Okay, how old's the oldest fish to ever
Yeah.
live?
Google's like what?
Yeah. A Greenland shark.
Yeah.
Sharks have a long time.
Yeah,
392
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? How did
That's
you know
incredible.
that a salmon couldn't last that long?
Because they're not
Because
sharks.
it's not a Greenland shark.
Well,
Yeah.
but that's one
Because
species of shark.
because sharks live
Yeah.
up to 7 years.
Okay,
I mean,
what
sorry, salmon live up to 7 years.
Right,
Yeah.
but all I'm saying is I don't know that that's common knowledge. How long a salmon lives.
It doesn't matter if it's common knowledge; it's a fact. Like if
even
I
talking
didn't know
about
how
right
long
now.
a salmon lives, it doesn't mean it can live 50 years.
I know. I
Well-
was just saying that my example of the salmon.
Salmons are swimming around saying, "Just believe, I'll live forever."
Have you heard about the Greenland shark?
Anybody need a facial? I'm here in the ocean anyway.
Miss Aniston.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
There's a reason why pepper spray isn't allowed on planes. An American Airlines flight from Miami to New York made an emergency landing recently after a passenger gassed the cabin with pepper spray.
Oh,
Don't do that.
Not like we don't have details as far as what actually happened, but some reports are saying that a female passenger mistook the pepper spray for hand lotion or sanitizer.
Oh, that's bad.
Once the pepper spray got out, a lot of passengers started coughing and complaining that their eyes were irritated
Yes.
and even that they couldn't see. Naturally, the flight crew was confused, so they asked anyone who knew what was happening to come forward. A woman admitted to using the pepper spray but claimed it was an accident. The flight was diverted back to Jacksonville, and after it landed, the paramedics were brought in to deal with the passengers who were affected by the spray. It sounds like everyone will be okay.
Also, the security at the airport,
Yeah,
everybody has been
terrible.
fired, I would hope. What is
Exactly.
that?
Wow.
Oh, no kidding. The woman and her family were escorted off the plane. Some people on board claim the spray was not an accident and that the woman was having some kind of altercation with another family across the aisle and sprayed them on purpose. That hasn't been proven, though. No one knows how she got the pepper spray on the plane in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can have it in a checked bag as long as it meets TSA requirements, but it is not allowed on carry-ons
No.
or in the cabin. And this is the kind of reason why, like, this kind of thing
Yeah.
happens.
Imagine it was an accident, how, like, you know when something happens and you immediately want to, like, take it back?
Yes.
That
You feel
would be,
so
oh my
embarrassed.
God, your stomach would drop
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you'd just be, oof. If this wasn't an
Also-
accident, wow.
She's carrying pepper spray, like, in an airport.
Yeah.
I just, where do you think you're going to be walking or needing that, or in those moments?
Some
You're
people
surrounded
just carry
by,
it all, at all times.
I
right?
guess.
She's not in law enforcement herself, though?
No, not that I've
I
seen.
think that would have come up.
Yeah. Not that I've seen.
But it's the same thing as somebody, why are you walking around with a gun? People just
Yeah.
like to do that because they feel more comfortable.
Yeah, I guess.
She felt comfortable with pepper spray.
We were traveling recently and had to go through security, obviously.
Yeah.
In the airport, and we had toothpaste. But I know that if you use like half the tube, you can get by, right? Like they'll let you go. But they brought it. They brought us over to the side to take out the toothpaste to roll it up to make sure. How did she get through with pepper spray when we can't get through with toothpaste?
That's true.
It's crazy.
And they're
And
measuring
at
our
that
toothpaste.
point, don't you want to say to them, just keep the toothpaste?
Seriously,
I'm good.
I don't even care.
Like, I'm not gonna.
It's
this is-
fine.
Yeah. The hotel will have some. Just keep it.
We
Yeah.
we do a lot of things with our police force here in the city.
Yeah.
Brady, you've been through the ringer like so many. Just give us the quick 3 or 4 things that you've done, the big
well,
ones.
I mean, the biggest one was getting tased,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They
Tased, yeah.
tased me again, voluntary. Jenny and I went through police training. We
Yeah.
had a motorcade going through the city where we essentially shut
Yeah.
down the city so that I could be the king for a
That
day.
wasn't why, but
That
it's
was
a training
not it.
exercise.
Yeah.
But anyway.
No, I like to think it was for me. We've gone out on their boats, and
Yeah.
we've done a bunch of stuff.
Why don't we do pepper spray training with you?
You know, I
You
don't
can
know.
get pepper sprayed.
I
It's
know.
a thing.
Yeah.
That's
They
what
gave
I'm
me the
saying.
offer.
I don't
Yeah.
know that we even need the police to do this. Why don't we just pepper spray them?
So that's police. All police have to be tased, and they have to be pepper sprayed before
Yeah.
doing the job.
And you
because-
haven't had that done yet.
No, they said it's way worse than the
Than
tasing.
tasing.
Because the
Sure.
tasing, the tasing
over.
is worse for 5 seconds.
It goes
Yeah.
away.
It's the worst thing you're going to experience
Yeah.
for 5 seconds, and
Yeah.
then it goes away.
We can also buy bear spray in stores.
God.
So
Oh.
why don't we do a thing where, like, Mahler will pepper
Like,
spray
which
you.
one's worse?
I'll bear spray you.
Yeah.
And we'll say
It's like a
tell us the difference.
Coke Pepsi challenge.
Exactly.
And afterwards, you can write a detailed report on how they differ from each other.
Yeah, I choose
Yeah.
Sprite. That's crazy.
Or we'll
I
pepper
would do
spray
it-
you just before your wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm crying because you're beautiful.
Oh, those pictures will be so good.
Well, you do anything for the show.
I would do it with the police. If it
Yeah,
was like,
obviously
if they
with the
were,
police.
Yeah. I would do it.
Why not us?
No, I'm not. You're not pepper spraying me
No,
or
absolutely
bear
not.
spraying me as you want to do. No chance. But I would do it with the
I
police.
don't
It
know
would
that
just-
you would. They were even trying to convince you to not do it. They were like, no, it was worth. It was terrible. Don't
yeah.
do it.
Yeah, but people do it. I have people.
But
like to
you
do it.
want to be a police officer with all these things you're doing.
Well,
We
I am.
are
I-
essentially.
You
Yeah,
are
we
not.
are- we
you
are police
no,
officers.
you're not.
Contract work.
Why are you doing this,
Well,
Mahler?
we are.
Don't
renewed our
encourage
contract.
them.
That's what we do, and also firefighters, by the
Well,
way.
okay, so then if you are a police officer
Yeah.
in your mind, then you have to do this. This is just part of their training.
Sure. Yeah, I would do it. Would they have to go and like arrest someone while they're being pepper sprayed? I'd rather not do that.
Right.
Like I'd rather not have a task.
Well, no, just where you went and got
Yeah.
tasered.
Sure. Yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
there and they
Yeah.
just pepper spray you.
Yeah, I'd do that.
You know what? I think you'd be better if you did have a task. It would be at least a little bit distracting.
Sure.
Like you'd be trying to
Trying
maybe.
to do something,
Maybe.
you're not
Like,
concentrating on
you
the
have to
fact that
do
your
today's
eyes are.
Wordle.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Just have someone describe Wordle to you. It's
Yeah,
fine.
you do it, and I'll spray you in the face.
Okay, my first word is steam. This is an M. Okay.
Your first word wouldn't have been spray?
Well, that's a good
That
one.
would be a good one, yeah.
If you like what you just heard, tell someone. They can listen to the Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady wherever podcasts are found. And if you didn't like what you heard, that's cool. Cool. All right, yeah.